We have a saying that the biggest achievement in car audio is if you lose the hardware. If you don't listen to speakers anymore, you listen to music. I'm Peter from Pssound.
And Eddie from Pssound. I'm the man who does the work.
I don't work anymore, but that's what he thinks. We grew up in flats. It's funny, but when you grew up in flats, then you don't have the freedom to listen to music the way you want. And once you get out of that environment and then you get your first car, what was the first thing? For many people, it's about, okay, I need a sound system. I want to enjoy music, and then nobody's going to tell me off. That's where it started. Then I ended up in the event industry as a live sound engineer, and that's when you could link the two things. How can I get live sound experience in a car? And that has taken long time to figure it out, because it's a completely different environment.
For me, it started just as a, as a hobby. Being, I think, older, you get your driving license, you want a nice stereo system in your car, and from there I just, started looking into competing, sound quality.
Everyday people don't see the point of spending money on audio in a car because the environment is so challenging, but you can work around it, and then you can actually create a way more engaging listening experience in a car than in a house. But you have to be able to show to them, and that's exactly why we have several demo vehicles where people can sit in and we can demonstrate, and then you can also figure out what the client likes and what he wants. I've spent over thousands of hours on my previous demo car just to learn from it. And I made mistakes, but then I learned from it. There's a reason why we share hundreds of pictures of every single project we build, little areas where you will never see what work has been done. But then if we show those pictures step by step, people will understand it. We also take video footage when we have time for it, and then we share it on YouTube. With our new demo vehicle, we wanted to achieve something that goes against our usual approach, that we have no compromise. We put speakers wherever we want. We wanted to see how far we can go without showing anything for the eyes. So in this vehicle, everything is for the ears. There's probably 300 hours of work behind the panels. The reason why we have demo vehicles is because many people go to shops and they don't have a single chance to listen to any car. They put you in front of a demo wall and then they click between different speakers. So then how can they trust a shop that they can actually deliver? Anybody can screw speakers in, but will it sound actually great? Yeah, but if you sit in a car and then you can throw any style of music on it and then it sounds great, nobody can deny it. Till probably Pssound started its journey, car audio was always about marketing. Getting an amazing system in a car starts at the installation. Once we know what can be done, then we select the speakers, and then we look at what can be done within the budget and the time to get the best result. That's a big difference. Pure audiophiles don't need systems that go crazy loud, but then majority of our clients like to listen to music at live concert levels, and the systems have to be able to deliver that. Budget for an audio system is a very interesting part of any project, because most people actually don't know what it takes to get a beautiful sounding system. So first of all, we have to look at the car, and I always say you can only work with the car, you can't work against it. So certain cars won't give you a great platform, and then you will always have to put more work into it to make it amazing. That's where it's better to look at potentially buying a car right at the beginning with the mindset that you will be able to create a sound system in it in a way easier way without putting hundreds of hours of labor into it. We figure out what the best speaker location is to make the speakers work in their intended range with the least amount of compromise. It really depends on the project, how long it takes to build a system. An everyday, simple audio upgrade, if the car also gives us an easy life, then usually it takes us a week to build. the craziest project we had, which had more than 600 hours labor put into it. Those projects usually don't happen in one hit. They happen in multiple chapters.
It's impossible to happen in one hit, because even for us, we have to learn the car. We have to discover it.
We have customers who allow us to test things and go back and forth. They respect and they understand the challenges we have, and they let us learn the car. The right approach would be if a sound engineer or a car audio specialist is right there at the beginning, when they literally design the chassis, the interior and everything, and then we could have a say in it, where to put speakers, which can also be in line with the interior design. Well, the key to this current project was that we want to give everything for the ears and nothing for the eyes. That's a big difference with this project, because our other demo cars are quite extreme. In those cars you can tell where you have speakers. In this one you enter the interior and you don't really have much idea about where the speakers are, but you have a very realistic presentation of music playback. You really feel like you're there in front of the whole band. You can visually see the musicians. And the way the mastering was done in the studio, if the sound engineer was positioning different instruments at different places on the sound stage, you will be able to see that holographically. You can't change anything in the dashboard anymore. So you have to look at alternatives. But fortunately, the aftermarket options are quite wide. We can always have anybody coming to us and listen to our cars. We have several cars on site with us at the shop. Lately, we have a meeting spot in Brighton where people can hear 10-15 cars, different systems. Pssound, easy to find on YouTube. We've been running YouTube now for 4 or 5 years, and that really helped us to put the word out. So now the clients that find us, they know exactly what they are expecting and what they can get. You know, when I entered car audio, especially the competition, I had to see it by the beginning, that there's just that level of secrecy. I had a very different approach. I wanted to educate people. I wanted them to understand how they can get from A to B. And yes, maybe I make my competition stronger, but overall, if the industry can move forward, then even everyday people will understand why we do it. I started competing in 2015. 2016, I became champion in UK, and then I went to the first European finals. And in 2018 and 19, I was bringing home final prizes from the European finals as well. And of course, now I have a big team. I have many members who come with us, and they are also just as crazy as we are.
We don't go to the competition for the competition, we go there for the community, for the people.
People spend 10, 20, some people spend even like 50 grand on an audio system.
I think we've all been there at some point, that, including myself, you get to a point to buy more expensive gear, speakers, amplifiers, whatever, you put it in the car and it sounds the same, like the old system. And it's disappointing. And when I discovered his YouTube channel, it brought my passion back.
We don't only go to competitions to show to people that we want to win, but mainly we go there to give people an opportunity that they can experience our systems. That's the most important thing. People have to taste the dish. They have to sit in the car and get a taste to it.
That's the only way to understand it. Sound is difficult to explain in words.